Have you had one of those dreams that seems like if it was literal, it would be really bad, like someone's gonna die, or um, I don't know, you're having intimacy with somebody you shouldn't be, but maybe the dream is more metaphorical. So I had a dream like that last night. In the beginning of the dream, I'm in a hospital room with my former wife and this other person, another kid, and it's like my youngest son has died and he is talking from beyond the veil. And in that, the other kid in the dream is saying, hey, you're going to come on back here and be with us. And my youngest son responds, no, I'm not going to come back to where you're at, but you'll come back to where I'm at. And then in the second part of the dream, there's intimacy going on, and it's with the former wife is involved, and also my new relationship. And so there's this constant thought in my head of like, I don't think it's right. I'm not really with my former wife anymore, so I start focusing more on my current relationship. And so in both of those dreams, there's kind of like a literal odd thing going on. Deceased son, in waking world, my youngest son is not deceased. However, I talked with him on the phone the other day, and because I'm in a new phase of life, it metaphorically feels like, he's not in it. And in the dream, I had that real heartbreaking moment of, I've connected with my son, and I was still trying to whisper to him in the dream afterward, trying to make the connection. So I think it reflects my desire in the waking world to still try to keep a connection with my son, who's kind of part of a past phase of my life and also a past relationship because he's with his mom, and still trying to make that connection. So the dream is maybe revealing that metaphorically and maybe challenging me in my waking life. How can I keep connection with someone who is not as accessible as in the past? And then in the second part, if tell my new relationship with the dream I had last night, she might be like, wait a minute. But I think it's metaphorical again. I think that even though there was kind of a context of intimacy with two people there in the same time, it's metaphorical of you're moving on from, something that's an intimate relationship with someone you used to, have that relationship with, on to the new. And so maybe both of those things, and the mom and the son both together represent that a former phase of life. So you might have had a dream like that where something seemed like it was, oh my gosh, is this going to happen? Is this person going to die? Or am I going to get in a car crash or whatever? Something horrible or something, a taboo that you don't want to tell your partner that you had a dream about. But it could be metaphorical, so keep that in mind. The other fun thing with this dream is that I had lucidity. I took a little bit of an herb last night called Kalia Zakatichichi, and it's like a dream herb for lucid dreaming. And I decided, I'll try some of that. And then I also did the wake back to bed method this morning. I woke up around, maybe it was like 5 in the morning, and I just stayed up in bed and meditated for about 20 minutes until I felt really smooth. Went back to bed. And in that dream, so the transition in the dream, there was one part of it where I'm going up to my former wife and I'm like, hey, this is a lucid dream. And I put my hand up like this, and I ask her to count the number of fingers on there. And I myself know that it's going to be odd, so there was like 6 fingers on my hand. And that's a trick you can use too, is you kind of have to practice it in the waking world, like looking at your hand and saying, hey, am I dreaming? But when you do, then when you're in the dream, it'll be something that comes to you naturally. You just put your hand up and be like, oh yeah, 6 fingers. I'm confirmed. I'm in a lucid dream. So I was trying to prove that to her in the dream. Yeah. So keep dreaming.